that may affect different players than you think. In terms of like even legacy guys, and I'm thinking Sid, who's still great. Sid is on this team this year clearly, and he would be even if he didn't get the automatic 6. But let's say next year, he's a year older, not having a great start, and there's a lot of pressure to bring your best. Like, would it be possible?
Could you imagine, Hayes?
Crazy.
You're going to be. Hey, Hayes, call Sid and tell him he's not included.
I know. Could you imagine who's making that call? Doug Armstrong. It'd have to be Doug. Every other assistant.
Is that even a possibility to call one of the guys and say that you were originally named but you're not on the team?
Well, not for this one. Not for the Four Nations.
You know what, Ray and Brian? You should make Brian have to call Sid and tell him that, because wasn't it like 12 years ago that you guys had the argument between Kessel and Crosby? Wasn't it a
it was Phil versus Sid.
Hayes was saying
season,
I wasn't even on the show then,
right.
but Hayes was saying Phil was the better player.
For the rest of that year, it was a hypothetical.
I lost freaking angst and hair and sleep over the stupidity of that argument.
It was a great hypothetical.
There was no context to it other than just for the rest of this year, would you take Phil Kessler or Sidney Crosby?
50 games, who would you take? And I said Phil was the right answer at the time.
Phil.
And it drew out for weeks. We were talking about that. It was great content.
Oh, my God.
It was so, when I look back or think about it, I haven't thought about that in a long time.
Yeah.
Just how idiotic that hypothetical was.
It really was.
It was one of your greatest moments.
It was amazing. It meant nothing. It led to yelling and people stopping me in the hall saying, "Wow, man, I couldn't believe you and Ray buzzing about that topic." And it was a good one. It was a really good one.
I got to say before I go here, I not often I learn like research and stuff just kind of listening, like the people babble around. Oh, your research yesterday on Duthie?
Oh,
Forbes,
Duthie.
Okay, so I texted him today, and I said, "Hey, Forbes." He didn't answer back.
Oh no!
So I am going to text him every day, "Hey, Forbes," until he answers me.
Good. Let us know how long it lasts, because this could be a world record of getting iced out. He's not happy.
This was spectacular work,
Ray, I almost passed out when the guy said to me, he goes, "Where's Forbes?" And I said, my eyes lit up like dinner plates. I was like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "Where's Forbes?" And I knew there was a nugget at the end of that, and I loved it. He goes, "That's Duthie's name. It's Forbes."
Yeah. Well,
I don't know how am I even going to call him James or Jimmy again?
No, you don't, because the other 50% of people in Ottawa call him Jamie. That's another one. The people were like, "Jamie, hey, Jamie." And I'm like, "What the hell's Jamie?" And that's what they call him. They call him Forbes and Jamie.
One of Cammie's friends married this guy who went to school with him. And so, I don't know, 10 years ago, he goes, "Hey, you work with Jamie Duthie, right?" I'm like, "Who?"
Wow. Jamie.
Wow. It's like we don't even know the guy.
No,
Yes, I
nobody
gotta
knows
change
that
my
guy.
name.
Oh, I think he's in the Secret Service or something, too.
know.
He's got to be.
That's what's disappointing.
He'd be too much of a disaster to be in the Secret Service.
Ray, he's in the Ottawa Sports Hall of Fame. He's got the key to the city, and there was announced when we were there, there's a James Duthie Day.
Wow.
A James Duthie Day in Ottawa. This guy's a legend.
Really
there.
proud of him in Ottawa.
Dude, they are.
Really
I love the guy, but you got to admit, it's too much.
That's a lot of love.
It's a lot. It's too much.
This is a guy that worked with like remember that hand thing he had with the little cast?
Puppet.
And then one time he came in limping because he pulled a hamstring in flag football. and you're like, what a gamer. How are these guys on the ice doing it? Look at you.
Sports Hall of Famer.
That's him. Sports Hall of Famer.
Hey, listen, I credit him. He's got a hometown that loves him. Mine would love me to leave, I think. Like, Toronto doesn't want me around half the time. I don't know about you and, King City and Trail, BC and St. Albert. Maybe you guys are beloved in your hometown.
There's no parade there.
No?
Noodles, you got a parade anywhere? Oh.
No, I got like a 8x10 plaque at the arena.
Me
and it
too.
just says
something in the
Hall of
arena,
Fame.
something in the
I've got
high
the Hall of
school.
Fame.
That's about
Yeah,
it.
That's all you got. That's all you
The
got.
high school, oh, you never were there. Like,
No
what, they
kidding.
got something up there?
I wasn't there a lot, man. I was not there a lot.
Quick pit stop every once in a while,
Yeah.
just to make sure everyone's aware that you're still around. All right, buddy. We'll leave it there. Good catching up with you. Happy New Year. We'll do it again soon.
Yeah, awesome. Great to talk to you guys. Hope to see you soon.
Yep, you got it. There's Ray Ferraro joining us here on the Maple Toyota Hotline. Count on Maple Toyota for the right winter tire package for your Toyota. Trade in your old tires, buy a new set, get $40 back. Visit mapletoyota.com. All right, Overdrive is coming up. Overdrive arbitration. Arbitration's coming up, not Overdrive. That clearly will continue until 7 p.m. Drag still to come. We'll get into some NFL looking ahead. We'll get into the Buster-only comments as well on what's up with the front office in Toronto and the perception of the Jays across baseball. It is not good as it currently stands. Overdrive continues. TSN 1050 and on TSN 4.
Now, is that going to be a problem?
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem for them. It's outrageous, egregious, preposterous.
Overdrive. Arbitration.
I've been wanting a piece of them for years. You think you got a case? Your face is my case.
All right, here we go. A 2025 look ahead. Arbitration. We haven't played arbitration in a while. We love this game.
And arbitration is a take it or leave it type situation.
Absolutely. Based on whatever the ruling was, you have to take it or leave it, right?
Yes.
You're going to use your imagination here. These are hypotheticals, but
Yes, I just would like, before we get started, I'd like to bring you and give you one of my all-time favorite quotes in the game of hockey. Inside my arbitration room, a hockey executive said, I watched Jeff O'Neill play against the Boston Bruins in the whole playoff series, and it was probably the single most worst performance I've ever seen in professional hockey. That's what real-life arbitration is all about.
How awful it is.
It's awful.
That is terrible. Hey, listen, the Jays, tomorrow 1 p.m., that's the deadline for arbitration. If they don't have a deal sorted out with Vladdy, then they're going to go to arbitration again. That's multiple years in a row.
Dude, that's like 3 or 4, man.
Yeah, it'll be, I believe, the third year in a row arbitration. And he's going to make like $30 million or something. He's going to break arbitration records. It's going to be crazy. But that means they got to do it again where the Jays have to lowball him, and he'll ask for a lot, and then the arbiter will pick one or the other, and Vladdy will likely win because the Jays will find a way to screw this up. That's my guess.
Wow.
Yeah, speaking of that, the Blue Jays, they step into arbitration, and they are offered a playoff spot in 2025, but with it,
Chris Versteeg and Francois Beauchemin to Los Angeles Kings, possible deal with Toronto Maple Leafs. In an interesting twist in the NHL trade market, new rumors are emerging about Chris Versteeg and Francois Beauchemin potentially being traded to the Los Angeles Kings. Sources indicate that the Kings, who have been one of the most active teams in recent weeks, are evaluating the possibility of bolstering their defense with Beauchemin, while Versteeg, who brings strong offensive capabilities, could be a key piece in a larger trade. This move becomes even more intriguing considering the Kings' surplus of offensive pieces available for trade, exactly what the Toronto Maple Leafs are looking for to strengthen their roster. It's speculated that with Versteeg included in the deal, the Leafs could be targeting a possible addition like Wayne Simmons, along with a mid-range draft pick. This move makes sense given Simmons' struggles this season, as he has yet to find his top form on the ice. To add more drama to the trade talk, there are even whispers that veteran defenseman Tomas Kaberle could be included, opening the door for a potential pursuit of Braden Shen. If completed, this move could have a significant impact on reshaping the Leafs lines and adding more depth to the team. Stay tuned for updates to see if these trades come to fruition and how they might shape the future of Toronto and Los Angeles this season. In an interesting twist in the NHL trade market, new rumors are emerging about Chris Versteeg and Francois Beauchemin potentially being traded to the Los Angeles Kings. Sources indicate that the Kings, who have been one of the most active teams in recent weeks, are evaluating the possibility of bolstering their defense with Beauchemin, while Versteeg, who brings strong offensive capabilities, could be a key piece in a larger trade. This move becomes even more intriguing considering the Kings' surplus of offensive pieces available for trade, exactly what the Toronto Maple Leafs are looking for to strengthen their roster. It's speculated that with Versteeg included in the deal, the Leafs could be targeting a possible addition like Wayne Simmons, along with a mid-range draft pick. This move makes sense given Simmons' struggles this season, as he has yet to find his top form on the ice. To add more drama to the trade talk, there are even whispers that veteran defenseman Tomas Kaberle could be included, opening the door for a potential pursuit of Braden Shen. If completed, this move could have a significant impact on reshaping the Leafs lines and adding more depth to the team. The Kings' situation is complex, as they are in the midst of a transitional period. Their aging roster, which includes a core group that led them to several successful playoff campaigns in the past, has seen some struggles in recent seasons. While there's a clear need for defensive help, Los Angeles may also want to improve their offensive consistency in order to make a deep playoff push. The combination of Boschemann's defensive reliability and Versteeg's offensive upside could help the Kings balance their lineup. From the Leafs' perspective, this potential deal is about retooling for the future. The team is in a position to compete, but they also need to solidify certain areas on the ice. Adding a player like Wayne Simmonds could provide the grit and scoring touch that the team has been missing. Furthermore, acquiring a mid-range draft pick could help with future team-building efforts, as Toronto looks to remain competitive while still developing young talent. The inclusion of Kaberle in the trade package could be a strategic move for both teams. The veteran defenseman, who has been with the Leafs for a long time, has seen his role diminished in recent seasons. However, his experience and offensive abilities could be a valuable asset for Los Angeles, who could use a steady presence on the blue line to help their younger players develop. The talk surrounding Braden Schen's potential involvement in the deal adds an intriguing layer to the negotiations. Schenn, a versatile forward, has shown flashes of brilliance but has been inconsistent at times. If the Leafs are able to land him, it could be a great opportunity for both the player and the team to find success together. Schen's physicality, two-way game, and leadership could be exactly what the Leafs need to bolster their forward group. While the trade market can be volatile and unpredictable, these rumors suggest that both the Kings and Leafs are preparing for significant changes. For Toronto, this could mark the beginning of a new era, with a focus on adding more experience and depth. For Los Angeles, the trade could be a chance to retool and address some of the weaknesses in their lineup, while still competing for a playoff spot this season. Of course, as with any trade rumors, it's important to remember that these discussions are fluid and can evolve quickly. There are many moving parts in these types of negotiations, and both teams will likely have to weigh their options carefully before making any final decisions. It's also possible that other teams could enter the fray, further complicating the situation. In the coming days, fans of both teams will be watching closely to see if any concrete moves are made. The NHL trade deadline is fast approaching, and teams are scrambling to position themselves for a successful postseason. Whether this rumored deal materializes or not, the possibility of a major trade between the Leafs and Kings will certainly keep fans on edge as the season continues to unfold. The trade talks involving Versteeg, Boschemann, and potentially Simmonds or Schenn highlight the delicate balance that NHL teams must strike between immediate success and long-term growth. Both the Leafs and Kings are trying to find that balance, and this rumored